the node that this rotate transition is applied. Okay? So any graphical node object you specify here, and then you can apply this rotate transition animation. My angle is the angle of the rotation. Repeat count is how many times you want to repeat this animation. And auto reverse is when it actually do some animation from one end to the other, I want to change it back. So it's auto reverse. Okay? So this is how I like to apply this rotate transition animation. Here, I define image view object, which is this princess PNG file. And then when I click this princess, I like to start this rotation animation. In order to start the animation, you basically call the play method of that animation object. It is straightforward, right? This is a path transition. So here I have Earth image, and I also have the princess image, which I did not show in this code. And then I define the path, and here I'm actually creating path transition object, and this is the node where this path transition will be applied, and this is the path. So this is the collection of path that the path animation will follow, and then I call play or play from start. If you say play, then it will start from a pause point. If you say play from start, it will start from the beginning. Okay? All right. So let me show you this code. So this is the rotation. So if I click this princess, then it will rotate. Okay. And then it will do 4 times because we specify the 4 times. Okay. And this is the fade. I'm gonna, since the code is pretty much what you saw in the slide, I'm not going to actually show the code. So you can see this is a combination of 2 transitions. Okay. So this is a t-shirt question, actually book question. What are the 2 transitions that apply? This gentleman over there.
Fade and translation.
Excellent. Fade and path. Right? Okay, good. Maybe that was too easy, right? Okay. This is the book. Okay, moving forward, animation. So I said there are 2 different kinds of animation. One is the transition-based animation, which is pre-canned, rotation, translation, fade, and path. Now, more general form of animation is keyframe-based. So let's take a look at the code. So basically, animation, when you think about how the movie is made, basically it's a set of snapshots. And if you show those snapshots fast enough, then it's like a movie. Same deal here. So basically, you're going to collect a set of snapshots. Each of those snapshots will be called by what is called keyframe. So each keyframe basically is a state at a particular point in time. And if you collect them all, that becomes animation. So in JavaFX, basically, the concept of animation is changing value in a particular duration. That's the concept of animation. Now, there are 2 different kinds of keyframe animation. One is discrete. Discrete is basically you collect a set of particular time points. Now, instead, typically, you're going to use what is called interpolated. Interpolated is basically you are asking JavaFX runtime to compute the value during the duration in linear fashion for you. So instead of discrete, it's it's going to be analog, all the value change. Okay? Now, animation controls, you can stop, pause, and resume. It's the same deal like a play, kind of things. Okay, so, all right. So programming model is you create a setup, this time frame, so keyframe, snapshots, and then you collect them all into what is called a timeline object. Okay? And we have seen some of these timeline attributes like auto reversion, beat count, and things like that, and these are playback controls. So let's see the code. So this is a very simple animation. So you can see this is a timeline object, which is a collection of keyframes. So we have two snapshots represented by two keyframes. So what I'm saying is this. The first keyframe says time is 0 seconds. Second keyframe says time is 10 seconds. So what we are trying to do is, the first time, 0 second, this function gets executed. You're also setting the value of tx to 0. Now, the next time frame is, keyframe is 10 seconds. And then I change the value of tx to 700, okay, in 10-second period. Now I'm using what is called interpolator. Instead of discrete, I'm actually using analog version of it, which is interpolator. So what this code is saying is, in 10-second duration, I like to change the value of tx from 0 to 700 in linear fashion. Make sense? Now, the exciting part of, again, usage of bind with a graphical object is you can apply the change of value in the form of animation. So this is basically, I have a graphical object, and it does have opacity. So if I want to control the opacity based on some time duration using animation, I'm going to bind that opacity value with OPA variable. Okay? I want to change that OPA variable here using animation. So the first time, opacity of the value is 0. So it's going to be transparent. Now, in 1 second period, I'm changing the opacity value of that graphical object to 1. So it's going to be gradually appear. Okay? If you change this one from 1 to 0, then it's going to fade out. So this is a fade in case, right? If you start it from 1 to 0, then it's going to be fade out case. Because you're changing opacity of a particular graphical object from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. Okay? Make sense? Let's move on to custom code. The custom code is basically encapsulation of graphical properties. Now, we have seen like a circle, we have seen rectangle. Those are basic graphical objects that can come with JavaFX. Then you can also build your own custom graphical object by using custom node. Okay? Now, once you create a custom node, then the 4 properties of SIGGRAPH, anybody still remember? Good. Those 4 things can be applied to custom node. So let's take a look at an example. So the way that you're going to create a custom node is basically overriding create method of a node. So for some reason, I want to create my own custom node called, in this case, bars. I have 5 bars. So once you create a bars custom node, that's a genuine SIGGRAPH node, and you can use it in the same way that you have used rectangle, circle. So here, I just have an instance of it. Okay? So this is what you're going to see. All right, moving forward. All right, so I'm going to build this application. This application basically uses all the concepts that we have learned up to this point. Okay? run this application, then we are going to build this application step by step. Okay? So let me show you this application first. How much time I have? Oh, I think I can actually speed up. Okay, I'm going to just use this one now. So here, by moving mouse left and right, you can see the opacity of these pictures are changed. In fact, 1 second duration is actually changing back and forth. Okay? And I can drag and drop. I'm sorry, not drag and drop yet. Yeah, slide. Yeah, actually drag these pictures. Okay? Now, if you can see these sharp images, right? If I click these sharp images, you can see the sharp images moving forward. Okay? So let's see how I can build this application. When you open this application, basically I provide step by step of each step I took with the 1A, 1B. So you can just take a look at the code. So let's take a look at the first code. So basically here, I have one single image called the C0JPJ file. In fact, there are two files. Let me show you which file I'm talking about. Oops. So I have this image, which is blue colored, and then I have another image, which is orange colored. It's the same picture, but different color. Then I have a sharp PNG file. Okay. Now, the first one, this code, is basically, I have the first sharp image. And since I don't have that much time, I'm going to just skip the split image. Is basically, I'm applying clip attribute with the rectangle. So instead of a whole big picture, I'm going to just clip it. So if you see this code, just right click and run, and you will see. Did I do it? Oh, wrong one. So I'm basically using a clip to clip some portion of the image from the big one. So here, I'm actually translating it so that it moved a little bit to the right side. So here, I used translate transformation, 20 pixels on the right, 20 pixels on the left. Now, direct image is basically, I want to drag the image left and right. So basically, I'm computing the value. So you can see that it's on mouse press, on mouse dragged, right? And then it computes this SX and EX value. This is where the image is supposed to end up. And I'm actually finding, in this case, I'm doing only X, right, instead of Y. So I'm actually finding this EX value with the position of image X. So this is how simple it is to apply dragging for graphical objects. So if I just run this guy, I have to actually click this one first. So I can now drag and drop, okay, on the left side. And now, in this case, the next step is I'm applying the second image. So in this case, I have two images. This is the first image, the same code, and I'm applying the second image. So this second image is the orange colored version, okay? Now, if I want this guy, the second image will override the first one, because by default, thank you, by default, opacity of the second image is 1. That means it's going to override the first one. So I'm going to go to this code. So in this case, I'm changing the opacity of the second image to 0.5. I'm also changing the width of the second image to 470 instead of 500 to show